kind of wonderful kids, wonderful parents, wonderful teachers. It just made my job one that I looked forward to. It didn't feel like work.
So,
Yeah.
what did you love most about white teaching? What made it incomparable to other schools that you
I think the intellectual milieu, or the intellect, people really are thinkers. All of us are thinkers. So nobody takes anything surface level. We are all able to think about it and come up with creative new ways of dealing with whatever's coming up. So I love the energy that comes from being thinkers, all of us, and the creative things that have come about because of school. Well, first, many years ago, like I used to be the counselor here, and then that, at that time, it was my first job ever, and when I was counselor, they had a big retreat, and at that time they said, let's come up and create a school that would be the best school ever, and so then we came up with the idea, let's have a mindful school, and that's when I was counselor, so all these habits of mine seemed like they just fit into being a counselor. And all the things that I believed in as a counselor, right? We want to create good people and good students, good thinkers that could be smart and also willing to use other energies to make the world a better place. So, when I became principal, I left to get trained as somewhere else to get trained, and then I came back 18 years ago to be principal. So, when I became principal, I left get trained as somewhere else to get trained, and then I came back 18 years ago to be principal. So ask me the question again. What specifically do you want me to
like? How did you become principal?
So I knew that in my heart I would always want to be principal at the school because I believed in what we were doing so strongly. It just fit with all my philosophy that we were going to try our best have kids learn how to process information and not get stuck memorizing things, and have kids become creative people. And so I knew that in my dream, I always wanted to come back to school here. So I went through, I was a counselor, then I went through a training program, and then I got trained at.
Okay. And would you want any other job different than this one, or do you like this the best?
Oh, I love this. It's not like a job to me. This is the only job I would ever want to have because to me it's more like a gift in a sense because it's like my passion. It's so when I come to work here, it's not work. It's like I look forward to seeing how everybody's doing and what can I do to make it better or how can I add my own thinking to make it work better and what kinds of creative things can we do. So no, this is my very favorite job ever.
Okay. And Aiden will ask you something.
And the second question is, what was the best memory you had at school?
The best memory? There's so many. Some of the best memories, I can only, because there are so many. I guess when we would travel as a staff to go see how other schools were being either mindful, habits of mind, and we learned so much, but also teaming with our, whoever was traveling together. And then also going to we went to Singapore to share with the schools in Singapore what the habits of mind, how we developed the habits of mind, and that was really a nice opportunity too to see how other countries are using the habits of mind and help them in their growth. And then also going to Japan was another wonderful thing where we had the gift of all we have to do. We're a little public school, and yet all these opportunities for travel came into play because we honestly were modeling for other schools what happens when you do what you believe in. And what we believe in is that everybody has a lot of good talent to offer the world, and our job is to help them develop all that talent in multiple creative ways. And once we do that, then I know the rest of it.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you.
So we're going to be asking you 2 questions from each. And so the first one is, did you enjoy being a music teacher at Waikiki School?
Yes, I love being a music teacher at Waikiki School because all of the students are so mindful and willing to be creative with me.
And for the last one, the last question is, how did you become a music teacher?
I was in choirs my whole life, and I grew up around a lot of music, and so I went to college as a musician, and I eventually came to Waikiki School to teach music.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, guys.
Overall, what did you think you accomplished at Waikiki School?
Ooh, that's huge. If I look at the individual levels, I'd say I accomplished supporting our students in learning about habits of mind. I supported our faculty in being collaborative with them and exploring with them. So I think those are some of my successes, just the students and the faculty and learning how to support each other.
And so for our second one, how did you become a science teacher?
Well, in 1994, when I taught science K through 6th grade here, all the teachers voted to have a science teacher. And so I volunteered because I love science so much. And really, I love being in the classroom too. But this year, Mrs. Tabor came to me and said, that 5th grade needed support. And I asked them what they wanted, and they said, why don't you teach science? So it's a passion.
Okay, for the last one, what was your favorite thing you did in science?
This year?
Yes.
Okay. I think one of my favorite things I did, and I hope everyone liked it, was the bottle rockets. I mean, the water bottle rockets, the EDP with the bottled water rockets. You guys were super. So it was a lot of good learning and fun.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
Aloha, 5th graders. This is Mr. Abraham, and I want to congratulate you on you moving on to greater things. I just wanted to say that I'm very proud of you because you made my life filled with joy. And when I think of most of you, I just have great memories of laughter and humor. You guys are super smart, and I've seen you work so hard. You fill me with a lot of hope. So with that said, I encourage you to continue to practice being involved with sports, being active, and just go outside and play. Get lost in nature and love life. Aloha.
Hey 5th graders, congratulations, you did it. Wish you all the best of luck.
Hi, this is Isaiah Matsunaga, and I'm recording this at Waikiki Elementary School on April 22nd, 2021. It's been an interesting year. Now that we're back in school, I've been thinking more and more about what class was like online, what it was like before the pandemic, and how things have changed since then. One of the first things I noticed when we came back to school was how much taller my classmates looked. Some even look older or just different than they do on Zoom. I feel like I'm seeing the real version of themselves. I wonder why that is. When we first got back, everyone was pretty quiet and didn't say much. Mr. Marvel would ask us something, and I was one of the only people to answer. I think we are all a little nervous and maybe surprised by how things have changed. It's hard making friends online, so I didn't really have a friend in our class. Most of my friends are in a different group in another class. But this past week, we got pool noodles, so we could play tag during recess without touching one another. It's been lots of fun, and sure enough, I've started making some new friends. It's funny how friendships are made. So being back in school has its pluses and minuses. Yes, we can't play certain games like we used to, like the ones that involve touching one another, but we can think of new ways to play together, like the noodles. It was nice not to wake up so early to get to school. It was nicer not to look at a screen all day or be sitting down for so long. Now we're standing up and moving around more often, doing Zumba and PE and working in the garden. Being back in school has been, well, different, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful to get a chance to come back to Waikiki Elementary School and have one last time with my friends and teachers before I graduate on to middle school and begin the next part of my life. Things change. Change is good. If you hope, let it be.